I don't know if you can tell, but it's a long way up over there.
It's about 6 o'clock in the morning or so. We're burning off about 4 hours of sleep here. Most people that think of the desert think of, you know, a carcass with bones, or they think of people like trekking forever, and that might happen, but what they don't think about is it is damn cold in the morning, man. Like, we're out here wearing jackets and long pants, and my toes are cold because of sandals. You can't wear shoes in this. There's not a chance you'll ever make it out alive.
Just took my shoe off and I thought I had a bit of sand. That's just one of them.
Man, right now, it's survival of the fittest.
I don't know if you're capturing the gravity of the situation here. That's where we're going. Every time I step, I create a sand avalanche. Those two little specks in the distance in the middle of the frame, Lutz and Robbie. That right there at the bottom, Captain. That crazy guy by himself with a tripod, Rel.
I gotta say, Phil, you went up the hard way. Kudos to you, buddy.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it'll help a lot. When you're slowing down every like 30 steps and labored breathing, you really reevaluate how important climbing the top of a sand dune really is. But you know what, we're probably gonna have to leave some things by our little stick here. Can't tell if it's a mirage or if I'm actually heading to the top. Because damn it, this has been a hell of a walk.
I probably should have brought some water. Didn't do that. You know, of all the mistakes you're gonna make when you go to the desert, you wake up first thing in the morning at like 5 o'clock and you say, all right guys, let's go into the desert. I'm like, all right, I'll brush my teeth and I'm gonna get my camera gear. And then I get up to the top and I'm like, I got my camera gear, but I'm thirsty and there isn't anything to be drinking up here. Just a small piece of advice from an experienced pro like myself, bring water. How about that? Oh, and look at Philly up there. What the heck is he doing?
Let's go. We're going to Rel, people.
Look at that. That's like a kilometer to scale. We went this way. That, as you can see, is kind of the way to go. Phil decided to go up that way. Oh, there he is. Whoa! Where's your bag?
I couldn't make it to the top with a bag. We're on the top of a sand dune right now. My stuff is scattered between the top of the dune over there, halfway up over there, and somewhere in the distance over in that vicinity, there is a GoPro on a time lapse.
Well, you're not worried anyone's gonna steal it?
I'm a little more worried that the sand is gonna cover it, because when I went from that dune to that dune over there, you can't even see anymore. Like when I got back to the bag, there was a layer of sand over it. I hope that guy right there is a guy with some water. Where are you from? Canada. Where are you from? Here. Quebec. Quebec? Yeah? Yeah, right, buddy. Oh, row. I need some help. Okay, here, take that. A little bit of a problem. This is really not good. Oh my God, this is gonna be a huge cleanup process. Yeah. Just to recap here, I left my bag open and
you know, I may as well just take a shovel and dump sand in it because it is loaded with sand. And now I'm just loaded with thoughts as to how the I'm gonna clean it out when we get back. So the quality of life is declining quite quickly, and given that we're in the desert, any other declining life is gonna lead to death. So before that happens, we're gonna seek some shelter.
Filming? Because it's happening.
We actually booked a tour with a dune buggy driver. Went for about an hour-and-a-half drive across the dunes, ended up at the Pacific coast. But as we got about probably halfway, we actually saw a little peak of the coast, and we all thought we were just about there, but we didn't realize we were going to go another half hour up the coast. Shortly after that, the wind started really picking up. You could feel it was a really cool breeze from the ocean coming off it. What we really weren't expecting was the sandstorm that hit us, and you could see it rolling in like a thick cloud. None of us have experienced something like that, where you're literally getting pelted in the face with rocks and little bits of sand. Those sand stones and little bits of whatever hit you so hard. Our driver somehow wasn't fazed by it. He's clearly experienced in the desert way more than us. He puts his sunglasses on and cruises into it, no problem. I think he had a great laugh at all of our expense. I can't believe he charges people to take them to places like that is probably what's going through his head. Dune buggying out for the coast. They call it a beach here. I think it was a little less than desirable for swimming, but epic sceneries. The beach, when we got to it, that water was so cold. I had no idea. I know before I came, you know, we heard a lot of stuff about how the water comes up from Antarctica, comes up the side of the coast of South America, and it's really cold. Being from Canada, I wasn't really buying that so much. I figured that was local saying how cold it was, but no, it's not a relative thing. That water is cold by Canadian standards.
I totally got that. That was so good.
Right before this dune buggy trip, I went perusing the local goods and grabbed myself a pair of $5 super cheap plastic sunglasses. Thank God that I did, because I probably would be blind at this point.